Good Tuesday evening to you. Glad to have you along here on WLA TV. Jordan King with you, taking you through tonight's action. It's the Flyway Conference opener for Winnebago Lutheran Academy, and they host the Omro Foxes. Omro, with Julia Cook coming back, Maddie Brooks had 12 points in their first game. Ariana King chipped in 6 points. This is a team now, and this is a program that if you follow the Flyway Conference, you know what Coach Tyler Geisthardt has done with this crew. And I think coming into this season, they thought, as they have for the past 2, 3, 4 years now, that they're a top 4 team in the Flyway Conference. Can they take that next step, right? I think that's the next step for Coach Geisthardt in this program. They play up in Division III, certainly test themselves in Division III, and test themselves in the non-conference. That's what happened for their first game of the season. They took on Xavier at home and lost 82-26. That is a good Xavier team. Make no mistake about it. Now, that just tells you how good the Laconia Spartans are, by the way, because Laconia beat Xavier by 15 a couple days after that. But nonetheless, Xavier is a quality team. That's a program that is going to be right there and is a team that's always in a program that's always competitive come postseason time. So, 80. That's a score that jumps off the page, right? 82-26 on the loss column, but certainly one that you kind of have to look at the opponent. You have to look at the situation. It is still a relatively young team. I think this is a squad that maybe they were building towards something, obviously with Julia Cook and her ability, certainly. But there's still a fair amount of sophomores on the team, and then that junior class is a pretty big one for Omro as well. And they take on WLA, who through 3 games, WLA has the top 2 scorers in the Flyway Conference. Despite not having a perfect record, they lost to Manitowoc Lutheran. You saw that right here on WLA TV. But Lindsay Nell, Abby Cole, both averaging 18 points per game. Actually, Lindsay Nell's a little bit above that mark this season. So 2 players that are averaging at least 18 points per contest, and they're going to be the ones that WLA is going to go as these 2 go. Both of them, 5'11" is Abby Cole, and Lindsay Nell's 6 foot. Cole is averaging a double-double, 18 points and 12 and change rebounds per game. But I know Abby Cole is, when you talk about rebounding, you got to bring the lunch pail against Omro, because this is a team that does all the fundamentals well, usually, since Tyler Geisthardt has been at the helm of the program. A lot like Coach Raffnagel, right? You think about WLA and you think about a team that's going to take care of the basketball, play good defense. WLA really has not taken care of the basketball as well as they would like, and that's a little bit of a shock for Coach Raffnagel, a little shock to the system here so far this season, because it's not up to the lofty standards, certainly, that he sets for the program. They had something like 37 turnovers in that Manitowoc Lutheran game. Forced 26, but that's not very good when you give it away 37 times, and they dropped that one to a good Manitowoc Lutheran team. So WLA comes into the game 2-1 in their 3 non-conference games. Kind of an interesting schedule for Omro. They played opening night, which was 2 weeks ago today, and they haven't played since. So I guess you could say that's 2 straight weeks of practice, but certainly maybe would have wanted to have washed that sour taste out of the mouth after that Xavier game, that big loss to Xavier. So just kind of an interesting scheduling thing that I noticed when I was looking through Omro and looking at who might be the players to watch for the Foxes, and it's very unique, especially this early in the season. Sometimes over the Christmas break, right, when schools aren't in session, maybe sometimes you see those big gaps in schedules, but usually not this early on in the season. So something that just stood out to me is a team that's just 0-1. And, a lot of teams have played at least 3 games. There are some programs that have played in holiday tournaments that have, played up to 4 or 5 games. Laconia is 4-0 already on the season at the top of the Flyway. So just interesting there, and we'll see if there's any rust at all for Omro, or maybe they come in with some some newfound confidence, having the long break after the opening loss. Got about 6.5 minutes till tip. We will give you the starters for WLA now. Don't have the starters for Omro just yet, but for WLA, Lindsay Nell, we told you about her and Abby Cole, the 2 seniors, joined by fellow senior number 13, Leah Tyson. Anna Treewin is number 12. She's a 5'7" junior. And then Addie Supernan gets her first start of the season. It's been Haley Wolf up till this point, but Addie, the 5'5" sophomore, has had a nice start to the season in her own right, and she will get the nod in the starting lineup for WLA. And we'll have Omro's a little bit later on. 6.5 minutes. We're just about ready to roll here. Hope you'll stick it with us. I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. Usually is when these two hook it up here on the hardwood. Stay with us.
Winnebago Lutheran Academy welcomes you to this evening's Flyway Conference basketball game between the Omro Foxes and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Omro High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem performed by the WLA Pep Band under the direction of Mrs. Abby Kirk. It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Foxes, a junior, number 5, Mae Johnston. A junior, number 12, Ariana King. A senior, number 20, Julia Kuck. A senior, number 22, Maya Koshabowski. And a senior, number 25, Allie Sell. Foxes are coached by Tyler Geisler. And here are your WLA Vikings.
There you go. You got the starters there from our PA announcer, Mr. Mookie. Appreciate that. We told you about the Viking starters. 2 Nell, 10 Supernan, 12 Treewin, 13 Tyson, 22 Cole. And the starters for the Foxes, 2 juniors and 3 seniors. The juniors are number 5, Mae Johnston, and number 12, Ariana King. The 3 seniors are number 20, Julia Cook, number 22, Maya Kasubuski, and number 25, Allie Sell. And not starting of note is number 24, Maddie Brooks, and she was the leading scorer in their first game of the season against Xavier. So obviously I did not get to watch that game, and obviously it was a little interesting and quite shocking to me actually to look at the stat sheet and look at the score sheet and not see anything for Julia Cook, just 1 point for her. And box scores can lie. We know that as well, but interesting because she figured to come in as Omro's best player coming into this season. Put 18 minutes on the clock. Let's get ready to kick things off and tip things off here in the Flyway Conference. It's the Foxes and the Vikings. Jordan King with you. Glad to have you along. And WLA wins the tip. It's retrieved by Leah Tyson. She'll feed it to Addie Supernan, and they'll get this thing underway. Supernan into the front court. Goes to the near side. Lindsay now on that right wing. Nell is good on both of the wings. Seems she ends up on the left wing a little bit more than the right, maybe. But this time on the right. Not that that's important. Here's a quick 3 from Addie Supernan, and that missed short. Rebounded underneath, and that was Anna Treewin. Looked like she might have been out of bounds, but she saved it before she landed. That's what the ref said. Here is Lindsay now. Kicked out to Cole, top of the key between the circles. Now goes down the right side of the lane. Steps through, Euro step, and that's a pretty move. from Abby Cole, and she's underway in this one on the near side drive. 2-0 for the Vikings, less than a minute into this one. Going to the near side this time with Cook. Backdoor cut that time from Johnston. Cook now finds her in the corner. Here's Mae Johnston. Top of the key with Kasabuski. And good ball movement and good patience early for Omro. This is Cook once again. Cook crosses over. She's defended by WLA's probably best perimeter defender. That's tapped away by her, Leah Tyson. Yeah, obviously last year, Kiera Shea takes most, if not all, of the recognition from a defensive side. But Leah Tyson is something else on that side of the floor, kind of overshadowed by how good Shea was. Here's a tough inbounds pass, and it flies over the hand of Abby Cole. Here's Cook near side, top of the key. This is King. Skip pass to the corner with Kasabuski. Down underneath to Cook, and that's what she does well. She missed it that time, but she is able to, she's good on the perimeter, she's good on the drive, and I really like the way she's able to get position underneath and kind of use her body to seal off defenders. Here's a drive from King. Floater up, no good. Check that. That was Johnston. And the rebound strong for Lindsay Nell. So the Vikings had to play a lot of defense there, almost a minute's worth, but they're able to get the defensive rebound and clear the possession. Excuse me. Force a possession without a score, I suppose, but that's not really a phrase we use. Here's an underneath inbounds after the shot from Lindsay Nell was blocked out of bounds. Here's Cole, middle of the paint, Abby Cole. Steps through again. That's a great move from Abby Cole. Offensive rebound to herself. Goes back up with the right hand, and this time can't finish again. Couple of chances for Abby Cole, and they go begging. Outlet pass up ahead. Here is Cook. First three for her on the right wing. You betcha. Drained it. Julia Cook did not take long to get her first point. Second possession of the night, and she's got 3. Screening here for Cole. Check that, that's Nell. And Nell on the cut, finishes on the left side. That's what Lindsay does so well. She finishes with both hands. So does Abby Cole. But that's what makes those two such dynamic scorers here in this Flyway Conference. Tipped away from Anna Trewin there, and the Viking fans wanted it over and back, but it was clearly tipped, and that's a good no call. Here's Abby Cole clearing this rebound. It was Sell on the shot, and she left it a little bit short. Here's Cole, near side drive, down the right side of the paint, up with the right hand and the finish. Abby Cole high off the glass, and it's a 6-3 lead for the Vikings. 4 for Cole and 2 for Nell. They're leading 2 scorers, both averaging 18 points per game. If you're just joining us, talked about that in the pregame. And Cole gets on the wrong side this time of Sell, but Sell leaves it short yet again, and the rebound this time collected from Lindsay Nell. Near side this time with Addie Supernan. Cutting through is Abby Cole. She's had a really good start to this game. Kicks it out, top of the key. Lindsay loves this shot. This one's off to the right. Check that, off to the left, excuse me. And the rebound is strong and made by Ariana King. Here's a nice cut down the lane from Johnston. Johnston bounce pass, and it's blocked from behind. Lindsay Nell coming back, and she blocked Sell. Allie Sell had good position underneath. Nice cut from Addie Supernan. Can Cole find her? She does. Addie Supernan has her first 2 points of the night, and the Vikes lead at 8-3. Good look from Abby Cole. Thought she was going to miss her for a second. Maybe a tick or two late on the pass, but that's how open she was, I suppose. Here's Cook. Cook spins. Nice move. Up with the right hand. You betcha. Julia Cook, that's a pretty move. Good job by Abby Cole not to pick up the foul. She was just kind of straight up and down, so the contact did not warrant a whistle. I haven't had one yet. That's refreshing, especially if you watch the Manitowoc Lutheran game. Here's Abby Cole. Nice seal underneath, and Cole's got 6. Viking lead back out to 5. About 4 minutes into this one, and back and forth we go. This is King. Ari King crosses over down the lane, and no shot. It's on the floor, and it's going to be an underneath inbounds play. King drove the lane, and it's going to be an underneath inbounds. I don't think Coach Geisthart liked that. He thought it was on the way up. But it's an underneath inbounds play for Omro. That's the first foul of the game from either team. And here, coming into the game, by the way, was Shaylee Carter, and she just had it stripped from behind. Nice defensive possession for the Vikings that time. And a tree went, that's over and back. Abby Cole did not establish both feet in the front court. And Coach Schroffnagel disagrees with that. I think that's a good call. Anna Trewin let go of that one a little bit too hastily. And, if I was going to make an assessment on, WLA. They're ancillary players. WLA is kind of their outside players. They got to be more confident with themselves. You know what I mean? It's just they get rid of that ball too soon. Anna Trewin's a good ball handler. Trust yourself. You don't need to get a hot potato out of your hand to either Nell or Cole. That time turned into a turnover. Here down in the corner and kicked out to the wing is Carter. Carter, no good. Tipped around, and who's going to end up with it? Abby Cole flies on the floor, and they're going to get a travel. Well, I think that's about the last thing you can call there as a travel. Cole, good hustle, dives on the floor. That's just, chalk that one up to being a bad call. And they'll get it on the near side inbounds. She's saying she rolled. Well, if she didn't roll, she would have smacked her face on the floor. So if that's a travel, then that was the right thing for Abby Cole to do. No doubt about it. It was a good, should have been a tie-up. It was a good hustle by both teams. And this is thrown into the backcourt. Here's Addie Supernan. Supernan down the right side. Jump stops there, trying to find a teammate, and it's tied up. Good defense. That time it was Shaylee Carter, and she was helped out by Ari King. And those two able to trap Addie in the corner, and Supernan turned it over via the jump ball, I suppose. And Lindsay Nell's into a passing lane. She's got a steal this time. Looks to the near side, and Addie Supernan left it too strong. Offensive rebound fought for, and it's tied up yet again underneath. And Abby Cole wins this possession for the Vikings on the offensive glass. So 12:41. That was a high-paced couple of possessions there, trying to get Abby Cole on underneath. So he got her on a seal, and they're going to get a foul on the floor underneath inbounds coming here for the Vikings. Foul is on number 24, Maddie Brooks. And first team foul for the Foxes comes about 5 minutes into this one. Shot fake from Abby Cole. Cole spins down the lane, up with the right hand, and she's fouled. This time I think it was Ari King. Oh, no. They're going to say it was a push from behind. And so Brooks picks up her second. Just two team fouls. And both of them they're going to Brooks, who was, as I mentioned a couple of times now, the leading scorer in that Xavier game with 12 points. First free throw for Cole is up and good. It was a good take from Abby Cole, no doubt about that. And she hits the first free throw. Second free throw for Cole is good. And I think we're going to get a timeout here. I think it's, it is Omro who's going to take the 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here as we kind of catch our breath here from this early part of the game. Always seems a little disjointed early in games, doesn't it? A little bit. This one has had good flow to it, I'll say that. And some of that credit has to go to the officials who just, they're not getting in the way of this one. That's certainly the case. But early for the Vikings, 8 points for Abby Cole, 2 apiece for both Addie Supernan and Lindsay Nell. And Julia Cook's got all 5 for the Foxes. 12:32 to go first half. And we have ended the timeout music so we can unmute the crowd mic. I want to make sure that this doesn't get yanked off of YouTube immediately when we're done with copyright infringement. So there you go. That's why we mute that during the break. You're probably saying we should mute me during the break too, huh? Here's Carter between the circles. Nice pass from King. Cross-court pass. That was almost one pass too many. Just you get an open chance there. And it was Kasubuski who had the chance, and she didn't take it. Here's Abby Cole. Nice pass across the lane, and it's Evelyn Davies running the floor well for the Vikings. Davies, the 5'7" junior, coming off the bench and getting her first points. 1-3-1 defense for the Vikings. A lot of hands there from Nell, no whistle. Here's a dribble. Cook spins, kicks, top of the key, Kasubuski, and she hits it. Great take from Cook and good vision to the top of the key. It's a 6-point game. 14-8, just under 12 minutes to play in this first half. Nell catches between the circles and turns, faces up, spins lane, and fouled by Cook. I'll tell you what, Cole and Nell are tough stops when they get that low onto the floor, and you kind of got to make a decision. If you're going to foul them, got to foul them hard too. Here is Lindsay Nell at the free throw line. Her first shot goes down. The Vikings remain perfect, 3 for 3. Second free throw for Nell, perfect, looks good, and it is. And she's got 4. Viking lead is back to 8 points. Here's Cook. Cook lobs it, near side, Kasubuski. Skip pass over to the far side, Johnston. And once again, it's Cook spinning into the lane. And another nice dish from Cook. Oh, and it's a little bit off from Sell. Allison Sell has had a couple of really good opportunities. She only had 2 points in that game against Xavier. Oh, Abby Cole goes falling to the floor here, lost her balance, and that's a turnover coming back the other way. Sell's had some really good opportunities, some good looks, and hasn't been able to get them to go in tight. But how about Julia Cook and her ability to create for her teammates? Here's a crossover. Cook goes down the lane, kicks it back out, Kasubuski. And once again, good ball movement, and that's something we talked about in the pregame. Here's a Cook free from the left corner. It's good. Julia Cook's up to 8 points. And she's shared game high scorer with Abby Cole right now with 8. And the lead back down to 5. Talked about it in the pregame where Omro's patience and their ability to just not make mistakes, not hurt themselves, is why they can keep these games with WLA close. You know, WLA loves to get out in transition, loves to run, and if you don't give them that opportunity, sometimes they find it tough in the half-court offense. Here's Evelyn Davies underneath, and she gets blocked from behind. Outlet pass out to Cook. She had an awesome start so far here tonight. Carter looks to the corner, gets it there to Johnston. Good ball movement, and Johnston finds it back. Nice steal underneath, and Abby Cole climbs around Sell and gets the steal. That is very good defensively from Abby Cole, and she gets a steal. Underneath, flashing open is Haley Wolf, and Wolf leaves it short. Another good cut from the Vikings. They've had a couple of them recently. Davies scored on one and missed one, and then Wolf missing that one. Here's another 3, Kasubuski. This one missed everything, and it's going back the other way for the Vikings. Maddie Brooks is coming back in with 2 fouls. She's got to be careful. And Allison Sell. Yeah, sometimes I just check with sports just to make sure, you know, if I don't want they have it listed as Allie Sell, and I always try to say the names how the girls would want them said. That's a foul underneath, and Haley Wolf's going to head to the free throw line. But Sell went to the bench that time. Oh, man, and that's on Brooks. I did not think that was on Brooks. And free throw up and missed, and here they're going to have a conversation. Maddie Brooks is coming out of the game. I think Coach Geisthart wants, and you can rewind it. I don't have the leisure of replay. You do. And second free throw is good for Haley Wolf. So the Vikings are 5 for their first 6 from the free throw line. Omro has yet to shoot a free throw. Here goes Johnson on the drive. Nice defense that time from Jenna Petrowitz for the Vikings. Ends up with King on the wing, and King has it stripped, taken away from Lindsay Nell. Nell goes down the left side, Euro step blocked, and it's Cook. No, it's Kasubuski that time. Offensive rebound to the Vikings, and it's tied up, coming back the other way. So Lindsay Nell, through some contact, had it tied up. That's a great defensive possession in transition that time from the Foxes. Into the front court, this is King. King gives it off to Cook. Cook, yeah, you know that spin's coming. Then she gets it out to Johnston. Johnston to King. Kasubuski resets. Get past to Julia Cook. Cook, the senior. Hard to believe. Seems like she should. I mean, I'm sure some people will say, man, it seems like she's been there forever. Here's an Aerie King 3. That's their 4th 3, and without the 3-point jump shot, this would not be close. But 12 points of their 14 for the Foxes coming off of 3-pointers. And the Vikings will probably be saying, yeah, if you keep hitting those, you can keep having them. Here's another foul underneath. And Jenna Petrowitz will go to the free throw line. And that's on Maya Kasubuski, just her first. 5th team foul, though. And the Vikings only have one. Jenna Petrowitz, she hits the first. Good free throw shooting start here for the Vikings. 6 out of their first 7. But yeah, just getting back to my point there, 12 of their first 14 points. But, I kind of made the assertion there that there's some luck involved with that. They're getting good shots. I mean, if you're Omro, you say keep shooting those. WLA is got to do a little bit better job of rotation, and certainly got to keep the guards in front of them a little bit better than they've done, certainly so far, and Cook would be the one that you'd point to. Cook's on the bench right now, though. So what do they do, talking about the Foxes here offensively? Shaylee Carter has it, bounces down underneath. Abby Cole with another climb around and the steal. That's a great job from Cole not to foul and to get the steal. Abby Cole, stop, pop, 3, ball, good. First 3 for the Vikings goes, and it's Abby Cole. She's got 11, first player in the game into double figures. Johnston has it and now ends up with Ari King. King has it between the circles. Shaylee Carter. Back out top of the key, Johnston, and good patience yet again as Sell continues to work down underneath. And a nice drive. Trapped by Cole as the Vikings double on the weak side. And Leah Tyson poked it away from Carter. Cole completes the steal. Abby with a one-hand bounce pass. There it is to Leah Tyson. Tyson can't hit it. Offensive rebound. That's just effort. Abby Cole just wants it more. She's got 13, and the Viking lead just like that is up to 10. That pass is tipped away, and last touched by the Vikings. Stays with Omro, and here comes Cook back onto the floor. That was not long, and they needed to get Julia Cook back in there. Mackenzie Decker in for her first action, as is Lily Martin. Martin is a sophomore, and Decker is a senior. Here goes Cook, crosses over into the paint, up through contact, and she'll go to the free throw line. First trip tonight for Omro, and I think it's going to be a foul on, just confirming, yep, there it is, Leah Tyson, her first. Cook, perfect. That was the perfect jump shot, or the well, it's not jump shot from the free throw line. That was the perfect stroke there from the line, right? The back where it just clips the front iron. Ah, and that one's just a little bit short. I think I jinxed her there. Cook can blame me for that. 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. She's got 9 points here in this first half. A couple of threes, and then a couple of nice takes into the lane too. Here's Addie Supernan, hands off to McKenna Conkey, who gives it to Abby Cole. Cole, this is really deep, and it missed off to the right, and the rebound is fought for. Where's it going? It's going to be whistled on, and a tree win, fighting for the rebound. Ooh, Addie Supernan picked it up. That's another case of missed identity. Oh, that should have been on 12. They got another one with the wrong number. They had one for Omro and now one for WLA, where they got the wrong number on the foul. So Supernan picks up her second on the case of mistaken identity. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in this first half. Here goes Johnston around a screen. Good hard screen that time from Cook as well. And King looks underneath, trying to feed the ball to Martin, but nothing was open. Cook crosses once, crosses twice. Kicks it back out. This is Decker. Decker over to the near side, Johnston. Decker's not looking, and Cook just saved a possession for the Foxes, excuse me. Here goes Cook. There goes the spin. I'll tell you what, you know it's coming and you can't stop it. And Decker just traveled. Back over to the Vikings goes the basketball with a 9-point lead. 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first half. It's a 9-point Viking lead. Here goes Addie Supernan. Supernan down the lane, Euro step, and she's fouled. A little out of control there and bailed out. She'll go to the free throw line. And it is number 12, I believe. Nope. Excuse me. Get that on number 21. See, now, that's one I think the refs should come over and double check, right? I believe he said 12, and they registered it at the table as 21. And you got to be loud in these high school gyms. I mean, right? Like, You can't have that happen. That's tipped out. Last touch by Omro. Saved straight to McKenna Conkey. Conkey's got 2. McKenna Conkey, right place, right time. And the Vikings have only missed 2 free throws, but they've gotten 2 points off of those 2 misses. Here's Cook. Stop. Pop. 3. A little bit short. Fought for the rebound, and Anna Trewin's got it. Outlet pass up to Lindsay now. Looks up ahead to Leah Tyson. Tyson down the left side. Up with the right hand, and good. Leah Tyson, her first points of the night. And Coach Geisthart wants a timeout. And they want to calm things down due to the Foxes. Is just, man, it seemed like a couple of minutes ago it was just a 5-point game. It swelled all the way up to 14 points, 29-15. The Vikings, really a balanced effort after the 13 points for Abby Cole, which, you know, is a good start, and 4 points from Lindsay Nell, 3 for Addie Supernan, 1 for Haley Wolf. Leah Tyson's got 2, Evelyn Davies got 2, Janet Petrowitz got 2, McKenna Conkey has 2. So, you know, you got 2, 4, 6, 8 players for the Vikings that have scored. And I think that's just about everyone that's played so far, save for Anna Trewin. And Trewin's been good offensively this year, so a little bit surprising that she maybe isn't one of those 8 in the score sheet already. Here's Johnston. Johnston drives the lane up with the right hand, and the sweet touch from Mae Johnston. And she gets her first point. She's just the 4th Omro Fox to score, just to kind of juxtapose the 2 teams so far. Here's Addie Supernan. That's a 3. Oh, the step back. Addie Supernan. She's got 6. Are you kidding me? Bounced in the lane. Steph Curry, come on. With the step back for Addie Supernan. Vikings staying in this 1-3-1 zone. Good shot fake from Mae Johnston. Down the lane, she wants the floater again. She's got the floater again. 4 straight points for Mae Johnston for Omro. 32-19 with 5 minutes to go here in the first half as the offense has come alive. Here's McKenna Conkey, bounces down to the corner, and a Trewin trying to get Abby Cole free, Lindsay Nell free. Abby Cole's on the bench. Coach Schroffnagel trying to steal a couple of minutes with Abby getting a rest, and she's at the scorer's table right now checking back in. Here's Cook wide open for 3. Got to get a hand in her face. You betcha. That's Julia Cook's 3rd 3 of the night. And Cook is into double figures. She's got 12. Coach Schroffnagel this time wants a timeout as the lead from 14 down to 10 in about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So, well, a little bit more than that, but in short order, that lead went from 14 points down to 10. And Coach Schroffnagel just wants to settle his team down and perhaps also get Abby Cole back onto the floor. 4 minutes and 31 seconds left here in this first half of the Flyway Conference opener. If we have time in the second half, we will do our best to bring you scores from around the conference. Laconia hosting Lamira, I want to say. Mayville Campbell Sports sounds right. North Fondy Springs sounds right. I think that's all correct. And obviously this game going on right here. And hey, I'm going to give a hard time to Maya Kasabuski here. She was down there waiting to inbound. Hey, that's what you got to do. Try to steal that possession, right? Get down there and pretend like it's your ball. Here, she does steal the possession right on cue. Maya Kasabuski gets into a passing lane, and she gets the steal for Omro. Here goes Cook. You knew the spin move was coming. Up with the floater. No good. Offensive rebound, Sell, and fought for Anna Trewin. That's a strong board from Anna Trewin, the junior. Here goes Nell. Euro steps through. Misses it badly. Kasabuski affected that shot. Didn't block it, but she affected it certainly. And Nell not able to get it to go. Under 4 minutes to play first half. Here's Julia Cook. Cook crosses over, tipped away, and a foul. Late whistle. And Coach Schroffnagel didn't like it, but Leah Tyson got her hand in there and got caught. That's her second. So 4 fouls for the Vikings, 2 on Supernand, 2 on Leah Tyson. Here's Cook's second trip to the line. She's 1 for 2. That one misses as well. She's missed her last 2. And Haley Wolf comes into the game for the Vikings as Leah Tyson gets protected a little bit, and Wolf's a good defender as well on the perimeter. Send her in. And second one is good for Cook. So you send Haley Wolf in and hope that you might be able to, we'll get that crowd mic going, sorry about that. Hope you might be able to continue to defend Cook with some success. Here goes Abby Cole. Cole up with the floater. No good. Missed it very long, and it's tipped out by Haley Wolf. And Coach Schraffnagel thought Cole got pushed. Not so. 6-4 on the team foul count, by the way. A much more pleasurable watch than that Manitowoc Lutheran game where there was a foul. It seemed like there was a whistle every 20 seconds. You know, if it wasn't a whistle, it was a turnover. Not the best quality of basketball I've ever seen in my life. Here goes Lindsay Nell poking it away, and nice job not to roll that time. And they're going to get a carry. They said over and back. Oh, man. Addie Supernan was well into the front court. That's a bad call. And actually, Lindsay Nell was not across the timeline. Nell had both of her feet behind the line. That's a terrible call. So, anyways, this crew's done a terrific job. Here's Nell into a passing lane. Almost gets the steal. That's like the only bad call they made, but that was a bad one. Lindsay, you got to establish all 3 points, right? There's 3 points for those of you that don't know, and those of you that do, you can tell me to shut up or mute me. You got to establish all 3 points, both feet and the basketball into the front court to have over and back. There's a missed call. There's the makeup call as Julia Cook got hammered, and there was no whistle. Addie Supernan can't finish the layup and the outlet pass to Cook. And Geistart wants him to run. Coach Geistart wants him to run, and here they go. Johnston slows things down now in the corner. Coming off the screen is Carter. Skip pass to Cook. Cook with 2 minutes and 40 seconds crosses over Wolf. Down in the paint she goes. Kicks it to the far side. And I think Coach Geistart wants Johnston to either shoot that or drive it, because there was a time where I think he wants to be a little bit more selfish. Here's Johnston. Here is the 3. She does shoot it this time. Comes up short and out of bounds. Goes back to the Vikings. Good offensive rebound from Maya Kasubuski. She boxed out well, but she was out of bounds underneath. So anyways, getting back to the over and back, and then I'll shut up about it. Got to have both feet and the ball into the front court before it can be over and back. And laying, Nell's both of her feet were behind the backcourt. I think that was the point that Coach Schraffnagel was trying to make. Either way, I thought Addie Supernan was in the front court, but I could be wrong. Here goes Nell. Kicks it back out. Here is Addie Supernan. 3 ball on the way. Looks short. Is short. Offensive rebound, Nell. And left it short. Another offensive rebound. That time Abby Cole. Jenna Petrowitz drives up with the floater, and she's hammered. She goes to the free throw line for a pair.
Omro foul on number 22, Maya Kasubuski.
And Kasubuski, her second personal. And the Vikings will be in the bonus for the last 2 minutes, as opposed to a team being in double bonus with 10 minutes. I'll shut up. Jenna Petrowitz stays perfect from the free throw line. She's 3 for 3 tonight. Here comes Addie Supernan to the bench, and Coach Schraffnagel will protect her 2 fouls as well, at least for the Vikings' sake. Your 4 fouls have been split up between 2 players, and both of your top 2 scorers, Abby Cole, Lindsay Nell, neither one has picked up a foul as of yet. 34-23 with $1:52 to go. Here's a lob down to Cook. Cook, she's fouled again. Oh, no whistle. Oh, man. Cook was hammered on the arm again, and there's no whistle coming. Here's Evelyn Davies. Double dribble. And a turnover back over to the Foxes. That was one of those where she dribbled so early, she forgot that she dribbled. And as soon as you put that ball back down, you know you made a mistake. Minute 30 to go here in this one. Here comes King. Hands off to Cook. Long 3 for Cook. This is long. And the rebound is fought for. Ball's on the ground. And a jump ball. Goes back to the Vikings. Good hustle from Abby Cole. Viking lead is 11. And I think certainly after seeing the way they handled the second half in the last stretch against Manitowoc Lutheran, I think the Vikings want this lead as close to double figures or in double figures as they can, and Abby Cole throws it away. Backdoor cut from Jenna Petrowitz, which has been good for the Vikings tonight, and Cole wanted her to stay in the corner. So we'll see how Omro wants to play this, if they're going to be patient or if they're going to go right away. Cook trying to get position. She's got a huge height advantage. That time it was not a foul and there was no whistle, but temperature's starting to rise a little bit with the lack of whistles, at least for the Omro side of things. Here's Haley Wolf, bounces down to the high post. This is Abby Cole. Cole turns through, finds Davies. Evelyn Davies is well strong on that one. Kasubuski gets another rebound. She's had a ton of them here tonight. Cook, 45 seconds left here to go, first half. They're going to screen this time for Cook. Stepping up is Cole. Cole got a hand on the pass. It's stolen by Haley Wolf. Wolf has it in the front court, almost tipped away. Cole's the trailer. Shot fake there, gives it to Nell, right wing. Shot fake for Nell this time. Down the lane she goes, up with the left hand and the finish. We were just talking about that. Both hands for both Cole and Nell. And the lead for the Vikings is up to 13, 36-23. 20 seconds and counting down here in this first half. Jab step, down the lane goes King, and Vikings are going to get one more crack at it. Here is Cole into the front court. Stops at the top of the key, crosses over, down the lane, right hand. Oh, and she won't get it to go. Offensive rebound, can't get it to go there, and it's halftime. 36-23 in a high-pace first half, and the Vikings able to get to halftime with a double-digit lead here tonight over Flyway Conference foe Omro. Well, that was fun, man. I'll tell you what, that was a good first half. That was well played by both teams. I understand we got the video freezing up during halftime. Maybe at the end of halftime we'll reset the video, try to make sure that we got smooth sailing here for the second half of action between the Foxes and the Vikings. Foxes trying to get to 1-1, and the Vikings trying to continue to wash that bad performance from Manitowoc Lutheran out. They beat Kiel after that, and then two good wins for the Vikings sandwiched around that bad loss. The opener against Oakfield, and then a good win by about 15 or so against Kiel. And now you want to continue that momentum for if you're the Vikings, because you got a big game with Springs coming up. I believe that is next week for the Vikes. So halftime here. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in a minute or so and give you some halftime statistics. Make sure you're caught up with the latest facts and figures, and then we will see you for the second half. Back in a minute. Back here on WLA TV, thanks for being with us. Oh, man, we got to make sure we especially if it's the whatever sitcom that song's from. I don't watch those cheesy, overrated sitcoms, but whichever one that one's from, and I'm sure that one's going to get me in trouble, you know. I think Friends is what I'm being told. Is that right? And, anyways, Friends is overrated. There you go. I would tell you to drop a comment, but we had to disable the comments. So sorry about that. Halftime scoring for both teams. Let's start with Omro. They only had 4 players score, and there were only 4 baskets made by someone other than Julia Cook. Cook had 13, leading the team. And then I'm missing a point here. Uh-oh. What did we do? I'm adding up to 22, not 23, but we'll look into that, get that fixed for the second half. 13 for Cook, 2 for Ari King, 4 for Mae Johnston, and Maya Kasubuski had 3. Must have missed a free throw in there somewhere. For the Vikings, 6 points for Lindsay Nell, 6 for Addie Supernand, 1 for Haley Wolf, 2 for Leah Tyson, Evelyn Davies, and McKenna Conkey, 4 for Jenna Petrowitz, and the leading scorer for the Vikings, tied game high scorer with Julia Cook, is Abby Cole. Both Cook and Cole have 13. Supporting cast for the Vikings has been 13 points better. So there you go. That's your halftime score here between the Foxes and the Vikings in the opening night of conference play. Back with more. Second half on the way. Stay with us. All right, just about ready for the second half of action. Jordan King with you here on WLA TV. Glad to have you along. Appreciate that. Hello to all our friends up in Omro, conference friends. At least friends after the final horn sounds. How about that, huh? Coach Geistart was in the class ahead of me, and just a great guy, and obviously his work it speaks for itself for the program at Omro. What he has done there, and he's had some good ones along the way. I mean, Avis Tachura just graduated a year ago, and he's had some good ones along the way, but man, he is a heck of a coach, and he is an extremely talented young coach in this area, no doubt. Here's Kasabuski, and that's kicked away from Addie Supernando. It'll stay with the Foxes. So I guess my point about that is saying I quite enjoy watching Omro girls basketball. 17 and change, and Omro got a big win last night on the boys' side. A huge win. I hung 90 or something on Oneida Nation. Here's a steal from Lindsay Nell down the left side, and Lindsay Nell starts the second half with a bang for the Vikes. She's up to 8 points in the first 30 seconds of this second half. Here is Cook on the far side, left wing. Drives on the left side. All the way through, kicks it to the near side corner. And the three is good. Ari King, her second three of the night. And she's got, well, I said Ari King, there's our point. I said she had 2 at halftime. She had 3. Her first half bucket was a 3-pointer. She's got 6. Oh, Addie Supernan wide open. And Omro lost Addie Supernan there, and back and forth, Addie Supernan, she's chasing Lindsay Nell down. Nell had 6, Addie scored a bucket. Nell got 8, Addie scored another bucket. How about that? Here's a Cook 3, and it's good. Back-to-back triples for Omro. Is that a shot in the arm for the Foxes? We'll see. 11-point lead for the Vikings with 16:40 to play. Here's Addie Supernan between the circles. Behind the back dribble comes to the near side. That's a pass picked off by Kasabuski. Her length has given the Vikings fits tonight. She missed the layup, and it stays with the Foxes. Anna Trewin not able to collect the rebound. But Kasabuski, she has had a nice night. On the defensive side of the floor, she's only got 3 points, and this is thrown away. King a little bit outside the frame that time of Julia Cook. And back to the Vikings. Chance there to get it to within single digits. And thinking back, this is like the next hump, right? For obviously everyone's kind of shooting to be Laconia, right? You want to, if you can have a class like Laconia has come through, and a couple classes in a row, in fact, and now Finley Morgan looks like the real deal for them as well. Here's a jump stop from Lindsay Nell, kicks it out, top of the key. Here's Cole, a little bit short. Tipped away, and the offensive rebound to Anna Trewin. It's last touched by Omro. I believe it's going to stay with the Vikings. Yeah, it will stay with the Vikings. But for Omro, the next echelon is trying to, and they're in this tier, by the way, I believe. They're in there with Springs and WLA, but how do you get past that, over that hump? And it seems like in the past, you know, the Vikings, when they get into a double-figure lead against Omro, the Foxes just have a tough time getting it back to single digits. And if they do, you know, who knows? That's a miss from Lindsay Nell. Here comes Johnston with a chance to do just that, get it to a single-digit lead for the Vikings. Top of the key, this is King. Goes to the near side with Kasabuski. Down to King in the corner. She hit a 3 a couple of possessions ago. Rip through move, bounce pass to the far side. Here's a spin from Kasabuski. Nice bounce pass underneath. Sell's got it. Allie Sell has her first bucket of the night. She's had a ton of opportunities, but she scores here early in the second half, and the lead for the Vikings is down to 9. It was at 13 at halftime. Vikings looking for their second bucket of this second half. Goes underneath, does Nell to Trewin, and she's fouled. Kasabuski, she keeps her hands straight up, but I think she knows she brought it down there, and a lot of contact. It's her third foul. That was a good call. So Trewin's first trip to the free throw line. She is the only player that has played and not, never mind. She is not the only player that has played and not scored. She has now scored. The Vikings have now shot 14 free throws. They are 12 for 14. And Omro's only shot 4. Vikings in a 1-3-1 now. Down to Johnston. Bounced back up to Kasabuski. That one's a dangerous pass. Cook collects. Down to King. King three. She just hit it from there. That one was a little bit strong. Long rebound tipped out to Supernan. Addie Supernan across the lane to Lindsay Nell. Nell drives on the right side. Up with the right hand. No good. Tipped away that time from Cole. And Cook has it. Here she comes up the right-handed side. Crosses over. Cook down the lane. Euro step through, and it's good. Julia Cook, what a strong move. Vikings fans wanted to travel. Hard to tell. Those Euro steps are so difficult to officiate. Lead for the Vikes back down to 9 nonetheless. Here goes Cole. Spins down the lane. Gets to the middle of the paint. Kicks it left wing three. On the way. Supernan, no good. Rebound fought for. And Abby Cole's going to win it. And who's it last off of? It's Omro basketball. Coach Schroffnau can't believe there wasn't a whistle there on Abby Cole, who hit the floor hard. And Maddie Brooks comes back in. She's got 3 fouls as well. So 3 for Brooks and 3 for Kasabuski as Kasabuski takes a seat. And Brooks will be the one who is gambled out there, I guess you would say, with 3 fouls. Although in the second half, is 3 foul trouble? I would say no. Now, if you pick up a 4 at 14 minutes, now you're in foul trouble. Certainly. But the 3 in the second half, I think, I kind of watched. If you get 3 in the first half, as Abby Cole did, well, she got 3 in the first 10 minutes against Manitowoc Lutheran. This is into the backcourt. She can pick that up, and she does. That was Johnston. Gets the ball to Cook. Cook back to Johnston. Cook has it now between the circles. I think she got away with a little bit of a travel there, but did it really impact the play? I'm good with the no whistle. Here's King, 3 on the way, looks good. Oh, it just rattles, just a touch short. Thought it might bounce in as well. Here's a pass from Cole up to Supernan. Bounce back out to Nell. Nell drives the lane, good floater. Got it. Lindsay Nell's got 10. She's the second Viking into double figures after Abby Cole. 11-point lead for the Vikes is restored, 44-33. At its biggest, it was 14. Here's Cook. Cook down the lane, through the zone, up with the floater. No good. Rebound, Trewin. Anna Trewin's got it. Looks up ahead to Leah Tyson. Instead, kicks it back out to Abby Cole. Smart move there. Slow things down. Here's Lindsay Nell looking inside to Cole. Abby catches in the low post. Looks for Leah Tyson. That's her spot. She kicks it back out. Here goes Trewin down the lane. Anna Trewin can't get it to go. Cole fights for the rebound. I'll tell you what, you don't get a playoff with Abby Cole. You don't. She is hammering the boards in there. Here's Cook. Back to King. Shot fake there. Brooks has it on the wing. She has yet to score tonight. Foul trouble has been big deal for Maddie Brooks. Here's Cook. Lobs it down underneath. Good ball movement by the Foxes. Down the lane goes King. And she kicks it back out to Brooks. Good patience from Omro. Trail by 11. Here's King, 3 on the way. This one misses. Rebound fought for. Who's got it? Leah Tyson has it for the Vikings. Good block out that time from Anna Trewin. Here's Cole. Cole spins middle of the paint. She's got Nell. Instead, she goes herself. Abby Cole finishes at the rim. She's got 15. Coach Schroffnagel wants a full timeout. We'll take it with him. The Vikings able to re-extend their lead to what it was at halftime, 46-33, as each team scored 10 here in the second half. 12:26 to go in the ball game, and with more after this. There's the first horn. Back here at Winnebago Lutheran Academy, the Vikings lead the Foxes 46-33. And you're watching here on WLA TV, and there's the end of Sweet Caroline, which we can't play for you, unfortunately. Suppose we could, but then you couldn't go back and watch this. And, you know, you want this memorialized, right? Vikings are going to come out in man-to-man defense. That's usually what happens when Coach Hofnagel takes the timeout. After a made basket, he switches defenses, did here. He went from a 1-3-1 to man. And with 12:18 to go here in this second half. Oh, there's another tip away. Abby Cole, that's the second time the Foxes have tried a screen and roll with the defender being Abby Cole. That's 2 turnovers when they've tried that. Here's Addie Supernan. This is a 2. Foot was on the line. Toe was on the line. Rebound fought for, tipped out, and nice job, Maddie Brooks, collecting it under the pressure of Jenna Petrowitz. Petrowitz sprinting back for the Vikings. Good hustle there from Jenna. She's just a sophomore. The Vikings they get big minutes from sophomores here on this team, do the Vikings. First time in a couple of years that they've done that. Here's a steal from Lindsay Nell. Nell, bounce pass over to Haley Wolf, and the finish from Haley Wolf. Good running of the floor. Beautiful pass from Lindsay Nell. She had the vision, and she had the wherewithal to make the pass. 48-33, 15-point lead for the Vikings with 11 and a half minutes to go. Here's Kasabuski back in the game. She's got 3 fouls, as does Brooks. Both of them back out on the floor here. Backing down is Cook. Kasabuski looks underneath to Brooks. Cutting through. Nice. That was a really good job that time from Haley Wolf to step in. Cook cut through, made a nice cut. Here's Kasabuski, left it short. Rebound down with Cole. Cole jump stops, and they're going to take a little time here. Nice job by Abby Cole. That's a veteran play by the senior. Here goes Nell down the paint. Lindsay Nell has a dozen. 15 for Cole, 12 for Nell. Both of them average 18 points per night. And the Viking lead is all of a sudden up to 17 points. Oh, my. Here's a spin move from Kasabuski. Batted away from Nell. Kasabuski with the hook shot. No good. Rebound down to Cole. She's a monster on the boards. Here's Haley Wolf. Wolf, had Supernan. Nice job not to let that one go. That was a turnover waiting to happen. And they lose Jenna Petrowitz. And a good look from Cole down to Jenna Petrowitz. Petrowitz has 6. The Vikings have a 19-point lead, and the Foxes have a timeout. That was a beautiful look from Abby Cole underneath, and Petrowitz could not believe how open she was underneath the hoop. It's a full timeout for Coach Geisthart. He's going to talk things over with his crew, and we're going to take it with him. 52-33. What a run the Vikes are on. Stay with us. Back here on WLA-TV, Jordan King with you. Last 10 minutes and 17 seconds of this one on WLA-TV. You know, public service announcement here, okay? And you can roll your eyes. Yeah, this is what I do, okay? And ScoreStream's not paying me to say this, but I don't think there's a better way to keep up with scores around the conference. If you're someone who likes to sit in the stands and kind of know what everything's doing, what other teams are doing. I mean, of course, Laconi's probably winning. We know that. But if you like to know what the other happenings of the conference, I think ScoreStream is awesome. They have all the local teams. All of the Flyway teams are in there. And since, Omro's a Flyway school, I'll say that. You can keep track of the Flyway using ScoreStream, and I think it's awesome. And if you download it, you can help out. I mean, right now there's no scores from any of the games, including this one. So you could say that's my fault, right? Because I have ScoreStream. That's batted away from Lindsay now. It's going to go back to the Foxes, and I'll stop my ScoreStream spiel in a second. But if you have not only can you see the scores, you can contribute. So if you're at this game, you can log on to ScoreStream, put in 52-33, say it's in the second half, and you go on with your night. And I just think it's a great resource for the conference, especially if fans, download it and use it. Here's another steal for the Vikings. Nell, bounce pass up ahead to Wolf, and Wolf hit that one off the backside of the backboard. Haley was a little too fast for her own good there. So, anyways, there's my plug for ScoreStream. They don't pay me to say that. I think it's this is we're in 2023, right? And in the era of ultimate access all the time, we always want the latest and greatest, right? Like we want all the college basketball scores. Well, now you can get your high school basketball scores as long as all the fans, can participate. Here's Cook. Cook down the lane. Bounce. Oh, my. The no-look pass to Brooks. Brooks had it blocked by Abby Cole. That was terrific from Abby Cole. That was an awesome pass from Julia Cook. No look. Oh, what a sweet look. And here is Lindsay Nell. Nell's got 14. She's got 8 points here in the second half. Does Lindsay Nell, and the Viking lead is now over 20 points. Cook kicks it out. Good ball movement here. Back to Johnston. Cook on the left wing. She's fouled by Haley Wolf. That's on the floor. And, I understand not everyone wants to sit, and I'm not, you don't have to sit in the stands and enter every possession into score stream or anything like that. But if you enter a halftime score, that's extremely helpful. And obviously that's what I should have been doing at halftime instead of, running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to find me a water bottle. 8.5 minutes to go here. Viking lead is 21. Here goes Cook down the lane, up with the right hand, no good. And the rebound is strong with Abby Cole. What's new? Here's Cole, running point for the Vikes in transition. Lays it off to Nell, kicks it over to Wolf. Wolf with the three. This one misses short. Rebound fought for. Janet Petrowitz has it underneath, can't get it to go. Tipped out. Addie Supernan gets an offensive board. Here's Haley Wolf. Wolf top of the key, Cole. Cole from a different zip code. That one was just about from Oshkosh. She had her heel was in Lake Winnebago there, and it came up well short from Abby. She would never wear those gorgeous orange shoes. I maintain they're orange or gold shoes for Abby Cole. Probably never wear those on the ice. I would hope not. She has not necessarily had the shooting touch here tonight, but she does everything so well, Abby Cole. And she hasn't had many opportunities to shoot threes. Omro's done a nice job on her. And this is a foul on Addie Supernan, and it's going to send Mackenzie Decker to the free throw line. Decker on a really nice take. And that was just one of those crowding fouls from Addie Supernan. She just kind of was leaning on her, and as soon as Decker left the floor, she just kind of, the momentum of Supernan kind of carried underneath Decker, and that's a good call underneath. And Decker makes the first free throw. So it's a 20-point lead for the Vikings. That was Addie Supernan's third foul, at least the one she's been whistled for. One of those was Anna Trewins. Here's Evelyn Davies. Lead for the Vikings down to 19. That was the first 2 points of the night for Mackenzie Decker. Here goes Jenna Petrowitz. Nice drive. Jenna Petrowitz, if she can gain some confidence here, I'll tell you what, she could be a real contributor for the Vikings. Nice backdoor cut, and she's found by Lindsay Nell, and it's just off the hand. It was tipped away. I think that was Decker again underneath. If not her, it was Mae Johnston, who just came in for Julia Cook and made a nice play defensively. Here's Decker. Johnston. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. King goes down the lane. Oh, with the over-the-head shot. Ari King has 8. Couple of threes for King. She had a couple of other ones. While this thing was still a 9 or 11-point game, 13 points, King had a couple of shots that looked like they were going down from 3, and they just rimmed out, and this could have been a totally different game. And even with that saying, the Foxes aren't out of this. Here's a foul on Janet Petrowitz on a huge reach-in, and it'll be an underneath inbounds play for Omro. First foul for Petrowitz, third team foul for the Vikings, and here comes Leah Tyson. She'll replace Petrowitz. Still man defense for the Vikings. We'll see if Coach Schroffnagel goes back to that 1-3-1 at all. If he needs it, if he needs to change, just changing the pace of the game, he likes to throw that out there, and it is effective, there's no doubt. Underneath, nice move, Maddie Brooks. Oh, she just can't get it to go. Maddie Brooks is unfortunate for her. She's just not able to get into a rhythm tonight with the fouls that got called early. Here's a good move by Leah Tyson, and she gives another assist to Abby Cole. Cole's got to have 4 or 5 assists here tonight on good looks from the point guard spot that she has kind of fallen into I think Coach Schroffnagel says you get the rebound, which Abby gets about 13 of them per night. Just you're going to be our point guard. Here's Lindsay Nell in a passing lane. She has a steal. Up to Evelyn Davies. Davies jump stops, gives it back to Nell. Lindsay jump stops, and she's fouled. It'll be underneath inbounds this time for the Vikings with 6 minutes to play. We have had so few fouls in this game. It has been a really pleasurable watch, I'll say that. These guys have done a terrific job, these officials. Credit to them. Kudos to them for what they've been able to do. Here is Abby Cole. Kicks it out to Davies. Davies with a shot fake. Shovels it back out to Leah Tyson. Tyson thinks about it. Cole with the shot fake this time. Down the lane she goes. Cole is fouled. And this is a shooting foul. She'll go to the free throw line. And a block on Kasubuski. And it's her fourth. First free throw for Abby Cole is good. She remains perfect from the free throw line. She's only her third shot. Second trip for Cole, and just her third point of this second half. She's up to 16. Second free throw for Abby, missed it. And the offensive rebound for Lindsay Nell. Kicks it out. Cole wants a right wing three this time. This is no good. Evelyn Davies fighting for a rebound. Kasubuski, that is a strong board from the senior from Omro. Here's a three for Cook. She thought about it too much. Cook was too open that time. And there's a lot of contact there. No whistle on the block charge. Instead, they let him play. It was Cook and Abby Cole involved with that. Good job by Lindsay Nell to pull this thing out for the Vikings. We'll take a little bit more time off the clock, with the 20-point lead. Here's Haley Wolf. Lobs it up to Cole. Back to the left wing with Nell. Nell crosses. Spins in the middle of the paint. Oh, did she get away with the travel? No, kept the pivot foot, I guess, and Coach Schroffnagel wanted the timeout. He saw the flurry of passes that was about to come, and he wanted the TO, got it taken, and it is a full timeout. We're going to take it with him. I'll tell you what, we're going to try to reset this video as well during the break. Getting a little laggy here. I apologize for that. Appreciate you tuning in here tonight. It's going to go black for just a couple of seconds, and then hopefully we have smooth sailing for the last 5 minutes. You're watching on WLA TV. Stay with us. There's the second horn. Glad to have you back here on WLA TV. Jordan King with you. 5 minutes left in this one. And the Vikings have a 20-point lead over the Omro Foxes, 57-37, as you can see there. But in case you didn't want to look. Addie Supernand has the inbounds play. Bounces it to Lindsay Nell. Gets it back from Nell on the handoff. And I think the Vikings are going to really waste some time here on the perimeter, as it looks like they're going to kind of run a Princeton-style offense there, a little motion at the top, and hand the ball off between a couple of different players. And then they're just making backdoor cuts underneath the hoop, as the Vikings can be as patient as they want to be with a 20-point lead. Here's Addie Supernand. Kicks it out to Lindsay Nell. Nell down the lane. Kicks it to the corner. And a foul. Ooh, they're going to get a moving screen on Addie Supernand. And that was enough of that. That was not part of the play. I mean, that was just that's a ref saying, I don't want to watch this for the next 4 minutes. So there you go. Can't blame him. You can't blame Coach Schroffnagel either. That's be patient. That's how you should do this. You got to be able to see out games better than the Vikings. I mean, they had a lead against Manitowoc Lutheran. Here's a nice pass from Cook underneath, and with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, Maddie Brooks scores her first points here tonight. If you'd have told Omro that before the game, I think Coach Geistart would have said it's going to be a long night, and it certainly at times has been. Nice look again from Cook. This time it was to King. King not able to get it to go, and it's out of bounds before Johnston was able to save it. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in this one. But, yeah, I mean, you know, Maddie Brooks comes off the bench. She's certainly a spark plug type of player for Omro, and she had 2 fouls, I mean, before she could blink, and one of them, I'm still not sure it was on her. Both teams kind of had a mistaken identity situation with the fouls in the first half. Here goes Abby Cole. Cole gets the opponent on the shoulder. It was Brooks. Just trying to see the number there. It was Brooks. Oh, they got Kasubuski on that. I thought it was Brooks. And Kasubuski's got 5. So Maya Kasubuski is going to see her night end with 3 points. Again, wasn't able to get a ton going offensively, but my goodness, she hadn't. She impacts the game on the defensive side of the floor so much. First free throw for Abby Cole is good. We're going to give you some updated statistics here from the free throw line for the Vikings. It is a good story for them from the line here tonight, and that is not always the case for the Vikings going back to last season, certainly, where they had stretches where 50% was a good night for them from the free throw line, and they want to be much better than that this year. There's no doubt. Here's Sell. Sell on the drive, poked away by the Vikings. 3:26 to go in the ball game. And a nice cut through, that time from Johnston, down to the low block, can't get it to go. And Omro's had a lot of those, too, where they had opportunities underneath and weren't able to, just a little bit strong on the layups. The Vikings have 2. There's one with Lindsey Nell looking underneath to Leah Tyson. Tyson couldn't finish. Here goes Cook. Nice look underneath. Brooks off balance, saved it straight to Addie Supernan. 3 minutes to go. Here's Addie Supernan, and Coach Schaffnagel's saying space things out. Abby Cole, Addie Supernan, handing off to Wolf. Haley Wolf has it here. Bounce pass, kind of a wraparound bounce pass there. Back to Abby Cole, who hands to Wolf. Backdoor cut from Lindsey Nell. Nell settles in the corner. Nell, drive, kick, top of the key 3 on the way for Addie Supernan. Missed it off to the right. Offensive rebound, Nell up, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, this time from Abby Cole. And Cole just lays on the ground for a second. I think she has pooped more than anything. And a jump ball keeps it with the Vikings. Coach Schaffnagel is not happy that there wasn't a whistle on that Cole attempt. 2:26 to go. The Viking lead still stays at 19. Here's Abby Cole. Had a chance to kick it to Lindsey Nell. Now she's just going to back down the Omro defender there, which was Maddie Brooks yet again. Haley Wolf back to Addie Supernand as the Vikings continue to be patient, we'll say. Waste time would be the pessimistic way to say that. But when you're up by 19, that's what you can do. Here's Haley Wolf yet again. Wolf shovels it back out to Addie Supernan. Lindsey Nell takes a glance at the clock. He sees 2 minutes. And as Tyler Geistart sends up his 5 players to sub in, Coach Schaffnagel is going to take time out, and he's going to do the same thing. He's going to put in his 5 subs. Lacey Keifenheim, McKenna Conkey, let's see, who else is down there? Jenna Petrowitz, Anna Trewin, and Evelyn Davies. Those are the 5 coming in for the Vikings. And they're actually going to use the timeout here, okay. I was kind of thinking that would just be a rotational sub. But they're going to use it quick. I have the Vikings 14 of 18 from the line tonight. 14 of 18 from the line. And I don't know what the distinction is here. Do we have a stoppage here? They're going to say the Vikings did not check in at the scorer's table, and so Coach Schaffnagel is going to take back-to-back timeouts and get the subs in. And we're going to play. Well, I suppose you got to do it by the book, right? But that is, we're splitting hairs at that point. It's a 19-point game, but I suppose you got to do it correctly. Here's Anna Trewin. And Anna Trewin, she's got 4. She had a couple from the free throw line, and that time able to get it to go from the short corner. And Evelyn Davies hounding her opponent. Over on the near side, there goes Carter. Carter, and she's fouled. It's Lacey Keifenheim picking up the foul for the Vikings on the hand check. And Coach Schaffnagel going down the bench to all his starters that have come out of the game. Now, Haley Wolf not a starter tonight, but starting the Vikings have 6 starters that they can kind of rotate, probably based on matchup, probably based on feel, probably based on form of how they're playing and things like that. But Anna Trewin was a starter tonight. Haley Wolf's been a starter this season. Addie Supernan's been a starter this season. Here's a 3. Shaylee Carter hits the triple. She had 3 points against Xavier as well, and she hit that one. That was a good-looking shot. Straight down, didn't touch the rim, didn't bother. Here's McKenna Conkey. She wants a triple. This comes up short. Rebound fought for. Nice board that time from Michaela Engel. And Foxes want to run. Here's a 3. This one is just short for Mackenzie Decker, and the rebound is fought for and won by Anna Trewin. Here's Lacey Keifenheim up ahead to Jenna Petrowitz. Petrowitz runs the floor. Offensive rebound to Evelyn Davies. And McKenna Conkey settles things down. Here's Anna Trewin. Lacey Keifenheim, 30 seconds left for the Vikings. Jenna Petrowitz has it now. The Vikings going to go to 3-1 on the season, and obviously the important thing is starting off the Flyway Conference undefeated. Nice backdoor cut from Anna Trewin. Conkey couldn't find her. Last 10 seconds or so here in this one, as here come the Foxes. Another triple. That looked good, too, from Shaylee Carter, but just came up short. And this is going to end it here. 60-42 is going to be the final score here this evening. The Vikings able to get the win behind big nights from both Lindsay Nell and Abby Cole. Tell me if you've heard that one before. And despite a nice offensive night for Omro's Julia Cook, she scored 18 points, but the Vikings were able to hold her to just 5 points in that second half of action. So the Vikings, as I mentioned, moved to 3-1 overall and 1-0 in the conference. And Omro falls to 0-2 and 0-1 in Flyway play. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we are going to have one of the Vikings join us up here. Not sure who yet, but someone will come on up here and talk about the win for the Vikings. We'll get that, and we'll have final statistics when we come back. Stay with us here on WLA TV. Back here, WLA TV. Again, we'll have one of the players joining us up here in the up in the nook, up here in the corner of the gym. But we'll give you the final statistics before we get to that, starting with Omro. 2 points each for Mackenzie Decker, Maddie Brooks, and Allie Sell. 3 points for Maya Kasabuski, 3 for Shaylee Carter, 4 for Mae Johnson, 8 for Ari King, And Julia Cook, as mentioned, she had 18 points to lead the Foxes here tonight. And actually, that was the game-high scorer, was Julia Cook. For the Vikings, 1 point for Haley Wolf, 2 points each for Leah Tyson. Let's restart that. 2 points each for Evelyn Davies and McKenna Conkey. 3 points for Haley Wolf. 4 points each for Anna Trewin and Leah Tyson. 6 for Jenna Petrowitz. Nice night for Jenna on the offensive side. Addie Supernan had 8. 14 for Lindsay Nell and 17 for Abby Cole. So neither one of them got to their lofty standards of per game on a per game basis, but both of them still did well offensively. 14 for Nell and 17 for Cole. And you know, I'll tell you what, it was fun watching Cook go back and forth with these two for the Vikings, and you got to believe that it's kind of like you feel like you're playing 2-on-1 a little bit for Cook, you know, when you have a lot of success and you still feel like you're fighting an uphill battle because of the opponents that you're playing in these conference games. So the Vikings win it 60-42, and surprise, surprise, it's Abby Cole and Lindsay Nell joining us up here. And Abby, I'm going to start with what has happened to you guys so far this season. It looks like you guys know how to shoot. I'm being facetious here, but it looks like you guys know how to shoot free throws. You were 14 for 18 tonight, at least by my count. That means cookies maybe in the future,
You're right.
which would be huge for you guys, obviously. But is there anything that you can point to that's different this year in terms of free throw shooting?
I guess just in practice, we changed it from just shooting 10 to making 10, so that could be something in just work in the off season too.
Yeah, is that something that from last year to this year, is that a change? Or was that something that happened last year?
We started to do that more at the end of the season last year, but I don't know.
Interesting. When you guys you played a little bit more 1-3-1 tonight, switching defenses, what advantage does that give you guys when you're able to play 1-3-1? You can go back to man. You can throw all sorts of things at opponents. What does that do for you guys defensively?
I guess it just makes the game a lot more exciting, and also moving to the zone sometimes offers a bit of a break, so that helps us to be fresh when we go back to man, and it just kind of keeps the offense on their toes because they don't know what to expect.
I saw after one of the offensive rebounds, you just kind of laid on the floor there. Were you just getting a break out on the floor? What's going on there?
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take a rest.
There you go. That's Abby Cole. She had 17 tonight, led the Vikings. Lindsay Nell had 14. Lindsay, took you a little while to get going, but 8 points in the second half. That was not a backhanded compliment. I mean, I was just 8 points in the second half, and you finally. Was there anything that was different in the second half? Obviously, looked like Omro was trying to take away the outside shot for you tonight. You didn't get any looks or many looks at three. So what does that do for you from a mentality standpoint?
Yeah, I think we just did a really good job of moving the ball around, and that kind of opened up gaps for me. And, yeah, we moved the ball well tonight and shared the ball, so that helped a lot.
Through 3 games, turnovers was a big issue for you guys. How'd you feel better after tonight in that regard?
I think we handled the ball a lot better tonight. Like, we weren't getting pressured as much, but it was definitely just a good game to just get our confidence back so we can get better for upcoming games.
How important was it to start in the Flyway? You know it's going to be tough this year. How important was it to start 1-0?
Yeah, it feels good because we know we have a lot of good teams coming up, but Omro's a good team, so it was good to get this win.
And last one, either one of you, Julia Cook is something else for them. How difficult on the defensive side of the floor did you guys find it? Obviously, I thought Leah did a great job on her tonight, and then Haley came in and did a nice job as well. But how difficult is she to handle on the defensive side?
Yeah, she's a good player. She likes to shoot and drive, so it's kind of one of those things. Me and Abby kind of have the luxury. We don't really have to guard her, but yeah, our team did a good job at knowing where she was and kind of stopping her tonight. So.
Easy for you guys, right?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Abby Cole. There you go. Abby Cole, Lindsay Nell, appreciate it, girls. Congratulations, 3-1 on the season and a good start in Flyway play. 14 for Nell and 17 for Abby Cole. there you go. Vikings get it done here tonight. After leading by 13 at halftime, it's an 18-point win for the Vikes. 60-42 is the final. WLA over Omro. Jordan King saying so long. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Again, wave goodbye to our friends up in Omro, and I'm sure we'll chat somewhere down the line. Not sure when the Omro boys come around here to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy, but I'm sure we'll be along for that one whenever that does happen, and looking forward to it. So thanks for joining us. 60-42, Vikings get the win, and they are off to a good start here in conference play. Jordan King saying so long. Thanks for joining us here on WLA TV.